leadership is a complicated job. It is very difficult one, and leadership in business is even more difficult. It's a responsible job. You have a lot of responsibility for people, for outcomes, and the tolls that it takes on your mind and body and soul is a big price to pay. I have found that when you use spirituality in leadership, especially in business leadership, it becomes a very, very valuable and fruitful proposition. You need for yourself as a leader a kind of anchor which keeps you down. And I want to talk about this today, that how spirituality in business leadership can be used and can be extremely valuable for not only you as a leader, but also for people around you, in your teams, in your business, in your offices, and also in your personal circumstances, in your family, in your friendship. So there are key things. Like, one of the most important thing is that you need this anchor to keep your ship grounded, because when you get into the business, there are waves of uncertainties, there are waves of things going up and down, not going as per your plan a lot of times. If there is no gravity, if there is no anchor that can keep you stable, you will be drifted away into the sea of uncertainty, and that's a bad thing to happen. And that's where people go into chronic depressions, psychological problems, psychiatric problems. They have mental breakdowns, they have families being disturbed, and that is a very bad thing to happen to you as an individual. So one of the most important, the first thing is that to have a purpose why you are doing what you're doing, right? And that why actually is something that should be in sync, in alignment with your true purpose of existence. Every person, you as an individual also have a reason of existence. There are things that you're supposed to do. There is a purpose that you are born to execute. And those are like talents, we call, right? Every individual is born with specific talents. Some of us are naturally drawn towards social impact things, to making things a better place. Some of us drawn to the science and the technology part of it. Some of us are natural communicators. Some of us are artists, right? Those are natural talents. Those are God-gifted things. And I think those are the things that the Creator, that the God, or whatever you call it, has given you, because there is a purpose for you in this world. There is a reason for you in this world. If you find that purpose and align your life and your actions and your activities with that core purpose of your existence, that becomes a very, very powerful thing for you, and it keeps you grounded to that true north of yours, and everything around you just falls in place in alignment with that particular thing. So that's like one of the most important things that I personally believe and found and experienced in my life, for you as a leader to be having a purpose, to have that anchor to keep you grounded. The second thing that we all must understand, why we need to have a purpose and why we need to be aligned to the core purpose of ours, is because you have a job to inspire people to do their absolute best. And remember, people are individuals, right? They have different talents, different purposes. They have different backgrounds and knowledge and motivation and experiences, and all of that cocktail of emotions and purpose and backgrounds, it becomes very, very complicated thing for you as a leader to handle. And to be able to drive that in one particular direction, it demands a lot from you. If you yourself are not grounded with a purpose, you will not be able to touch to that very core of people and inspire them to reach out to their true north and their causes and the purposes. And if you're not able to do that, people are never truly happy with you. People are never truly motivated with you. Look, science has proven that money is not the biggest motivator. The biggest motivator for human beings is something called MAP. Mastery, autonomy, and purpose. There is a scientific evidence around it. I can talk about that later on. But then, contrary to the normal belief, we believe that money motivates people. No, it does not. It is not the biggest motivator. The purpose, mastery, autonomy are the biggest purpose. Humanities and human beings want to be free. We want to be autonomous. We want to be mastering things. over a period of time, and we want to have a purpose, something which is larger than ourselves, which is beyond us, something which we believe that the world will remember us for when we are done and dusted, right? That's why you have these concepts of afterlife concepts. That's why people and the kings have been building monuments, that we've invented things because we want to be remembered. Those are the purposes which are beyond and outside of our own existence. If you as a leader are not connected with your purpose, you will never be able to touch people and help them connect with their purpose, and therefore you'll never be able to align everybody and move them in one direction. There's always this tussle going on. There's always this friction going on between people, their emotional energies, and you and your emotional energies, and your purpose and their purpose. And this is all not very healthy environments to be in. The another reason is that when you are doing something, when you're responsible for something in business and you're at the top of the value chain, you're a leader, you will fall and you will fail, right? This is how things happen. Not everything always will be in your control. You are always hit by these waves upon waves of uncertainties and the market conditions and economic conditions and changes happening in your organization, outside your organization. If you are not able to keep your motivation up all the time, if you are not able to keep yourself inspired all the time, it'll be inconsistent as a performer for the team, for the business, for yourself. And let's understand, you are a human being. You will fall, you will fail, and you will be sad at times. If you're not able to have that perspective, which is a third person perspective, wherein you are able to see yourself as an actor in this whole system and the circumstances, and have a third person perspective that, look, this is me playing a role, doing a duty, and then you can separate yourself from your own emotions and your duties and the roles and responsibilities that you're able to and you are supposed to conduct. You will not be able to control your emotions, direct your emotions, and guide and channelize your emotions in the right circumstances and right directions. So it's important for you to keep your motivation. That's why you need to have that purpose, so that you can tell yourself and remind yourself, this is why am I doing it, and I'm playing a role here, I'm playing a character here, and I don't need to attach myself with everything that is happening. So having a purpose from this spiritual perspective as a leader is extremely critical and crucial for you as a business leader. If you do not have a purpose, if you do not have an anchor that can keep you grounded, if you do not have the third person perspective about you, if you do not have this understanding that this is all I'm doing and this is for a reason and there is something that I'm achieving and going, it becomes extremely difficult for business leaders to be happy, to be inspired, and to be able to direct and guide and lead their teams and people and businesses in the right directions. One of the most important things that I have learned and experienced in my life as an individual and as a leader of teams and people, and especially in business, is that what you are trying to achieve is important, of course, but how you achieve it is oftentimes more important. Right? We all have these mountains that we want to climb, and we spend our entire lifetimes, the entire life energy in trying to climb those mountains, only to realize at the end that these were the wrong mountains that we were trying to climb. Right? My personal philosophy has been that while you're trying to climb all those mountains, make sure that you do not miss the view on the way. I mean, what is reality? What is world in its essence if we are not able to experience things? The food, the air, the sun, the rain, the heartbreak, pain, the joy of love, achievement, sorrows. If you're not able to feel things, if you're not able to experience things, what does it even mean? Then with this robotic organism who's just there, eat, have sex, produce babies, and then die, that's it, then how are we different from every other organism or every other creature that is there in the universe? What differentiates us as human beings from other animals or other creatures? I think this sense of meaning that we give to things these experiences that we have, and then we attach them to things and people and purposes and reasons, that meaning that we give to ourselves and our existence, that understanding is the differentiator. So when I see people having goals and investing their life energies in running after those goals and forgetting the joy of the journey, I feel really pity for them. I mean, they're not really happy and not satisfied, they're not joyous. So I always give this example as a leader, that it is very important for you when you are trying to run after some goals for your own sake, your family, your friends and your teams and your businesses, that you have this destination wherein you want to go and you want to move there as fast as possible. But make sure that you take a pause and watch that sunset over there, roll down the windows and feel that air, and be in that particular moment. And you're not going anywhere in that particular moment, you're just being there. You're feeling that wind touching your lips, your cheeks sometimes, maybe flowing through your hair, and you're taking that pause, looking at that sunset and just admiring it. There's no meaning in it, just being there, looking at it. The experience of that particular moment is what makes the journey worthwhile. That's something that I really want to talk about and tell people that, look, if you are doing something, if you're going after some certain things, you will reach there eventually. This is the end goal, right? Death is the single most important destination that we all share. Right? We will be gone. Whatever you achieve or you're trying to achieve will not matter in the larger scheme of things, right? So there's no point in wasting your life in going after things if you're not in the moment pausing, stepping, experience things, enjoying the journey of it. And that's where I say that for me, journey is the destination. There is no meaning out of it. We're not going anywhere. We are here. There is no past, there is no future. This moment right now is the moment which is real. Rest everything is just imaginary. So when you are inspiring people, when you're giving them purpose, be there, feel it. When you are enjoying your success, be there, feel it. When you're not doing anything on a Sunday morning, be there, feel it. That very moment, that part of your journey which is remaining in the present, is the real thing. And please do not forget that. If you're a leader, that is extremely critical for you to enjoy those moments also, because if you are able to do that, if you're able to enjoy that, if you're able to live that, whatever you do after that will be with 100x more energy, more commitment, more purpose, and that makes it all the worthwhile. That's what leadership at its true essence, at the best of it. जब हम स्पिरिचुअलिटी की बात करते हैं तो एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट है बैलेंस. Everything that exists in the universe exists in balance. There is a day, there is a night. Good है तो bad है, जन्म है, मृत्यु है. Scientific level पे भी अगर if you try to imagine, if I put a telescope, or not actually telescope, if I put a kind of chashma around your eyes, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक माइक्रोस्कोप में आपको दे दो, जो आपको सब एटॉमिक लेवल पे आप चीज़ों को देख पाएँ, जो हम साइंस में साइंटिस्ट लोग जो यूज़ करते हैं, यू विल बी एबल टू सी फ्रॉम यू टू द अदर पर्सन, बट सामने वाला भी आपको एटम्स दिखेंगे, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, एटम्स मूविंग इन द एयर. बीच में आपको एयर और बाकी जो भी जितना भी उसके पार्टिकल्स हैं वो सब एटम में दिखेंगे. आप पत्ते देखेंगे वो भी आपको एटम में दिखेंगे. आपको जानवर देखना है, पत्थर देखना है, ज़मीन देखनी है, आसमान देखना है, एवरीथिंग विल ओनली बी डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ एटम्स, एंड एटम्स के ऊपर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, न्यूट्रॉन्स वगैरह. यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू डिफ्रेंशिएट बिटवीन योर सेल्फ. आप अपने आप को देखेंगे, आप भी आप अपने आप को एटम्स में ही देखेंगे. तो आप में, इस टेबल में, इस फ़ोन में, सामने वाले में, बीच में हवा में, पानी में, पेड़ पौधों में, जानवर में, किसी में कोई फर्क नहीं दिखेगा. सब कुछ एक जैसा ही है। दिस इज वेरी कोर प्रिंसिपल ऑफ स्पिरिचुअलिटी। यही सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है जहाँ पे हम कहते हैं कि सब एक ही है, सब एक चीज का अंश है, हम सब उसी में से निकले हैं, उसी में हमको समा जाना है। That is what that is, and this is what I believe is balance. This understanding that I'm working in a world, I'm living in a world, working with other people, I have relationships, I have things. None of this actually exists. It's just the way you're looking at these things. आपकी जो देखने की क्षमता है, समझने की जो क्षमता है, आपकी जो बुद्धि है, वो आपको रिस्ट्रिक्ट करती है। वो चीज रिस्ट्रिक्ट नहीं करती। आप देख नहीं पा रहे, इसका मतलब नहीं कि वो एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती है। Now, how do you apply that understanding when you are in business? To me, this is basically telling me that none of this, whatever is happening at the moment, matters at the moment, and I need to have balance. There is after and there is before everything. मेरे अंदर जो एनर्जी है वो और मेरे बाहर जो एनर्जी है वो मुझे बैलेंस करना है। अगर मैं कभी बहुत ज़्यादा काम करके आया हूँ, बहुत ज़्यादा एनर्जी लगा के आया हूँ, तो मुझे रुकना है, पॉज लेना है और मुझे उस एनर्जी को वापस रिचार्ज करना है। अगर मैं एक डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन में हूँ जहाँ पे वो एनर्जी मेरी चली गई है एंड आई एम फीलिंग मेंटली ड्रेन्ड, आई नीड टू टेक अ पॉज, आई नीड टू स्टॉप एंड आई नीड टू रीजनरेट दैट एनर्जी। एंड देयर आर एक्टिविटीज दैट यू कैन फाइंड आउट। कुछ लोगों को सोने से वो एनर्जी मिलती है, किसी को पढ़ने से वो एनर्जी मिलती है, किसी को मूवी देखने से, म्यूजिक सुनने से वो एनर्जी मिलती है। दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन कंप्लीटली ऑन यू, बट देयर हैज टू बी अ हार्मनी एंड इट्स नॉट इवन अ बैलेंस, इट इज हार्मनी। सम ऑफ अस आर मोर ड्रिवन इनटू सर्टेन थिंग्स। हम दूसरे लोगों से अपने आप को कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते हैं। तो वो जो हार्मनी है नेचर के साथ में, लोगों के साथ में, आपके काम के साथ में, अपने साथ में, दैट हार्मनी, दैट बैलेंस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दैट मोस्ट ऑफ्टन पीपल फॉरगेट व्हेन दे आर इन लीडरशिप पोजीशंस। पानी की तरह ठहराव कुछ लोगों में दिखता है, एक कंपोजर दिखता है, उनकी आंखों में आप देखेंगे तो आपको शांति दिखती है। एंड दैट एनर्जी एक्चुअली इफेक्ट्स एवरीबडी अराउंड यू। इफ यू कैन हैव दैट एनर्जी इनसाइड यू, you will walk into these environments, these boardrooms, these team meetings, these difficult situations, and just because you are at peace, you are balanced, that will transcend and that will transfer to everyone and everything around you. And I think that is a very important aspect that we as leaders in business often forget and tend to ignore. क्या ना, हम कभी भी जीवन को पूरी तरह से जीते ही नहीं हैं। समाज में बड़ी अलग अलग तरीके की बातें हैं जो हमको सिखाई जाती हैं कि जब आप फेल हो गए हैं तो आपको पब्लिकली लोगों के सामने फेलियर के बारे में रोना नहीं है। आपका दिल टूट गया है, आपको एक्सप्रेस नहीं करना है। कहते हैं लड़के रोते नहीं हैं। हमारी साइकोलॉजी और हमारी अपब्रिंगिंग हमको अलाउ नहीं करती है दैट वी एक्चुअली कैन सिट एंड एम्ब्रेस द फेलियर एंड फील द पेन टू द एब्सोल्यूट मैक्सिमम पोटेंशियल ऑफ इट। उसकी वजह से क्या होता है, जब हम कभी जॉय को एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे होते हैं ना, तो हम उसके पीक तक कभी नहीं जा पाते हैं, क्योंकि वो गैप जो है वो नहीं बन पाता है। आपको खाने का असली टेस्ट, स्वाद तब आता है जब आप बहुत अच्छे से शिद्दत से भूख को एक्सपीरियंस कर चुके हैं, जब आप अच्छे से प्यास को एक्सपीरियंस कर चुके हैं। तो जब पानी मिलता है ठंडा तो आपको वो फीलिंग आती है, आपको अमृत जैसी फीलिंग आती है। वो एक्सपीरियंस जो है वो कमाल की चीज़ है। तो आपको अगर जीवन को अच्छे से जीना है, अपने सक्सेस को अच्छे से अगर एक्सपीरियंस करना है, तो आपको अपने फेलियर्स को एम्ब्रेस करना होगा, उनको अच्छे से एक्सपीरियंस करना होगा, जी भर के रोना होगा। अगर दिल टूटा है तभी आप अच्छे से जी भर के खुल के हंस पाएंगे। दिस बैलेंस अराउंड योर फेलियर्स एंड योर सक्सेसेस, योर हार्टब्रेक्स एंड योर लव, your hungers and your accomplishments, going to the absolute tangent, to the extreme, always in everything. That I think is the most important balance. It's like life and death, like पैदा होना और मरना बिल्कुल ऑपोजिट है। अगर आप समझेंगे तो एक सर्कल है और सर्कल का एक ही डॉट है। जहाँ से इस तरफ घूम जाएंगे तो जीवन शुरू हो जाता है, इस तरफ घूम जाएंगे तो उल्टा जीवन शुरू हो जाता है। इट इज़ नॉट एंडिंग एक्चुअली। एक सिक्के के बस दो पहलू हैं, समझने की कमी है, समझने में हमारा लिमिटेशन है। I want people to really feel the pain so that they can feel the joy. I want people to embrace the failure so that they can feel the accomplishment. And if you do that, you will be able to live a much more fulfilled life and much more effective life.